Are we live now? That's right. Because this goes straight from 7 to oh, go ahead. Clap it up.
Shalom, we are the ISBK coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, and the Commander General Yohana. And today's topic is the mark and wandering star Israelites. Now, you got to really be, you got to pay close attention to them wandering star Israelites. They all have a certain format, the things that they teach, and also, too, you have to understand that these type of people have accountability to no one, They are there, there's nobody to even correct them when they're off. So guess what? In their mind, they're on all the time. In their mind, they think that they're in the truth, and they're not. And other people think that they're in the truth because they say shalom or shalom or something like that. Other people think that they're in the truth, and they form these little so-called communities when a lot of them don't even damn agree with each other. They all, have different. One of them say shalom, the other one say shalom. Not saying that. It's not saying that that's just super wrong on them because they're fake, right? But at the same time, it just goes to show the contrast in the doctrines. You see what I'm saying? The teaching. It seems like it's something innocent. You know what I'm saying? He say this and he say that. One say Yah, and the other one say how what is it, Yahusha? Yeah, right? Yahweh. Yeah, Yahweh. All of this stuff has doctrines behind it. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much the words that's the problem. It's the doctrine that comes behind the words. You know what I'm saying? And they said that those same people will sit there and persecute somebody for saying Jesus. Oh, you just said Jesus. Right. You just said, you said Lord. They don't even understand what the hell Lord is. Oh, Lord is a pagan deity. Lord is a title. This is a title of rulership. Right. That's why people said it, like in old English time, right? They would say Lord such and such. And then you'll even have some dudes that'll correct somebody and say, I'm no Lord, right? What is that saying? He's not saying that he's not a pagan deity. Right. He's saying that he's not a ruler. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because some people were perceived as rulers that actually weren't. They were servants. You know what I'm saying? As they were servants that represented their master's house well. Pretty much like Benaiah, even though Benaiah was a lord. Right. But he represented, King Solomon. So much so that people thought that Benaiah was King Solomon himself. I remember General Hyman broke that down, He broke that down one time. Yeah, and that event did happen, The word, when Queen the Queen of Sheba came up and she thought that Benaiah, because he was decked out, so glorious looking, so powerful looking, she thought that he was King Solomon. But then when she actually seen the real King Solomon, she was blown away beyond words. Right. Okay. We're gonna start with Ecclesiasticus. And I say you got to watch out, and for men, you can't even allow, your women to even deal with these dudes. It should be you dealing with these type of people and cutting them and showing them where they're wrong, But the only time that you can do that is if you're in the ISBK, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Without being with us, you're going to be just like, you just might say different stuff. And you might have a little more of the truth than he got because you learned from 1 West, But at the same time, when it all boils down at the end of the day, y'all be the same. Right. This is the way where you learn how to combat that spirit. Because these men are usurpers. They're subverters. They subvert households. We're going to go into the definition of what it means to subvert. We're going to do that a little bit later. But first, what I want to do is go to Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus chapter 9 and verse 9.
I got you, Slack. Keep giving me Ecclesiastes.
Interview with the vampires, the devil that the Bible speaks of.
God.
Esau, the blood drinker, he's the devil that the Bible speaks of.
God, that's right.
And he's who every vampire movie was based on.
That's right.
You know, even what was it? Twilight.
Yeah, Twilight. Yeah.
Remember, it was Jacob and Edwin.
Jacob and Edward.
Edwin, whatever.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
But what Edwin was really supposed to be was Esau. They just changed the name.
Yeah, come.
But they kept the Gadites named Jacob.
Come.
They called him Edwin just to throw everything off.
Right. Slide, give me 1 second. Slide. I don't know what's going on with this right now. Slide. 9 and 9, right?
We call Esau by his many titles.
Right.
Based on his many characteristics. Okay. That's why I say the peak oppressor, the Cro-Magnon man, you know, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, I got that for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Ecclesiasticus and Apocrypha, chapter 9, verse 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife.
Don't sit with another man's wife. But this don't mean don't sit next to her. That's not what this is talking about.
Right.
Can anybody tell me what it means to not sit with another man's wife? No sister knows this. Right? Go ahead.
Don't join her, like meaning like don't.
Oh, you.
Oh, sorry. Don't join where meaning like don't not agree with her.
It's a little more subtle than that. Go ahead.
Is this kind of going back to where we shouldn't say nothing outside of shalom unless you're Gordon and sister or something like that?
Yeah, you own it. You own it. You know, but this is a situation with a married woman, though. You know, that's why I said sit not with another man's wife. Don't be another man's wife's shoulder to cry on. Because you got the one of the star Israelites, they do that. What did they do? They want to say, no, a man shouldn't, if he has a woman, and then run down this whole big list of things that he need to do, and that stuff ain't in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So what did they try to do? They try to make a man look incompetent, make her own husband look incompetent, you know, as if he doesn't deserve her, pretty much insinuating that she leave him. You know, and they even do this with women that they don't even want. They're just like their Christian pastor. A lot of people leave the Christian church to come out and join the Christian church, or to be a Christian church themselves, just using Israelite lingo. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember back in the world, I remember hearing the story about how one of the pastors at like my stepmom and my sister, my twin sister's church, where like this man was grooming another man's wife, and he said something like, you know, well, if you was my woman, I wouldn't treat you like that. And I'm like, whoa. I'm just like,
else can you hear that lame
I was
shit
like,
at?
whoa. I was like, damn, like that's crazy. Like that's wild.
Right. You hear that lame shit in clubs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You hear it at nightclubs. These people are in the world. Mm-hmm. And then this is a messed up thing about it. Is this has become not a culture, but what would be the other word? A subculture or something of black people?
Well, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Because all the way from the songs way back in the 60s and 70s, he was talking about, you know, how he can do some other man's wife, how he would treat another man's wife if he was her man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they done built that. Think about it, and they done built a whole music genre around bullshit like that.
It's like it. Yeah. You know, I ain't gonna lie though. You know what I mean? Like, you know, back in the day when I found out that a lot of the songs that I enjoyed, that was catchy, it was straight out of order. Like like I ain't gonna lie. Like, I mean, that one catchy song, Mario, "Let Me Love You." That's a bomb ass song, but when you look at the lyrics, he's talking about really trying to get with somebody else's woman. Right. And I'm like, because I didn't think about it until later. Right. But I mean, it's catchy, you know, the rhythm and blah blah blah. But
LL Cool J, you remember that? Hey, love.
Yes, yeah.
That's another song just like that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's evil and it's wicked. I was gonna say every R. Kelly song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, even that Genuine, all of them.
Yeah. All of them dudes talking about getting with another man's woman, but then you have these dudes that claim to be in the truth that are taking on the same damn spirit of those men that are in the world, and that Christian pastor, because he do the same damn thing.
So like, if I met one time, the purple sodomites. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do that.
There's too many stories that come out about them.
Right.
There are this brother's from Texas who used to be in the IUIC. There's a brother from Hawaii in UPK that used to be in the IUIC. A brother in North Carolina. All of them. All those schools had exposed why they left and the things that they seen, and you hear a lot of stories about that. A lot of homosexuality activity, also too, just them trying to get with other brothers' wives.
Right. They try to make the real that I had at the time choose between me and them.
Yeah, I remember that story.
It's serious. That's how evil these dudes are. And dudes like the people like that are gonna always end up in a sex scandal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they teaching monogamy. You know, so if a person teaching monogamy, what is he gonna do? He's gonna have the desires to get with another woman. He's gonna have those desires. So now he's sneaking around and creeping around, which looks bad and emasculating all in itself. You know what I'm saying? It looks horrible. You know, so now, and if he don't desire another woman, we know things gonna really get wicked from there. He mess around and be like the purple dude's leader and be desiring some damn man someday. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have some type of twisted deviancy. You know what I'm saying? You know, but these dudes always try to liberate another man's woman. You know, I had to tell some character on Facebook, I'm like, dude, you know, stay the hell out of another man's house. You know what I'm saying? He's the dude that was talking about he need to do this, and that. You know, where that stuff at in the Bible?
Right.
He didn't want to believe sex was marriage. He said, no, all of this, and that. And sex is the final, you know, deal. You know, where did you get that shit from? You know what I'm saying? He's slapping on his own rules. He keep on that bullshit, and ain't nobody gonna be wanting to marry his daughter. Because by the time, if he got a little daughter, by the time she grow up, we will be advanced in the truth. And a whole lot of these, you know, type of women and everything that, you know, certain people, you know, even the fake Israelite groups and everything, because they're gonna be following behind us. Even some of, you know, them, they're gonna grow a standard. You know what I'm saying? Which black men have been known not to have a standard. You know, we've been taught not to have a standard. We've been shamed out of ever even having a standard when it comes to women. You know, the woman can have all kind of standards. She can have the most outlandish standards it is out there. You know what I'm saying? You know, a woman thinks she can get Jesus himself. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see you ever seen a woman call herself Jesus' wife? She thinks she can get the Lord.
This is actually a true story, by the way. When I was like a 50 or 500, I came across this article where this woman, she had said that if she did not marry by the age of like 40 some years old, she was gonna go down to the courthouse and you know, be married to Jesus Christ himself. But like she was gonna wait for him, but he was gonna be listed as the husband. And so after she did that, she had a whole wedding, and she was the only one there.
And watch how many times she cheat on Jesus.
Right.
Watch how many times she cheat on Jesus. She cheated on Jesus the same weekend.
Good night. Yeah. Now, you know, at first I thought it was fake. You know what I mean? I thought it was just one of those fake articles. But it was a real article, and I just thought I thought it was sad. Like I was like, good night. You know, sister needs some help. I think she needs to be in a mental home or something.
Right. You got sisters marrying themselves.
Yeah.
Going and marrying, they legally marrying themselves. Go ahead.
I think Maya did that.
Who?
Maya.
Are you serious? I follow her on Instagram. Yeah, she's
Maya.
Yeah.
Who's Maya?
The singer Maya.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I forgot about that. Yes.
She's doing all the Instagram videos and all that. Just as single as a Pringle. You know what I'm saying? You know, it don't make any sense. You know, somebody that fine, she got to be super damn delusional and crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Boy, crazy time we living in.
Absolutely. You want to keep going?
Yeah. Let's keep
going. From the top, Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife.
Don't sit there and be another man's wife's comforter. Be her damn shoulder to cry on. And you know what was so messed up about this? Black boys are groomed like this. You know what I'm saying? Black boys are groomed like this, and it comes from the mothers. Because of the mother got a boyfriend, he's kind of like in a son-husband situation. You know what I'm saying? She have a man, he done sat there and been through her having 20 men. You know what I'm saying? She got a man every 3 damn months. You know, and she get into an argument with her dude or whatever, his little simp ass come to comfort her. You need to stay the hell out of that. I don't give a damn if it is your mother. You know what I'm saying? You done seen her go through this stuff many times. You know how she is because you know how she treat your ass. You know what I'm saying? How she cuss you out and emasculate you. So you can just imagine what she would do with another man. Right. You know what I'm saying? You should understand. You know, instead of going there, then think about it. The dude that does that, and then he go out on the, you know, on the scene and start, you know, in the dating world and start dating him, you know, start dating women himself. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna run across and see certain women with a certain man, and he's gonna believe that that woman is too good for that man, and that we got another bad habit of that garbage right there. Yeah. Somehow we'll see a man with a woman, and just because, and then we'll compare ourselves to that man. You know what I'm saying? That's that man and his woman. She's with him for whatever damn reason she want to be. It has nothing to do with you. But why is she with him? Now, here's the thing. We in the habit of thinking that the women are naturally better than the men. So that's why we act that way. You know what I'm saying? We figure, oh, she should be with me. I made $100,000 a year. Dude make $40,000 a year. You know, we start thinking like that. You know, the weak stance that we be in right now is just damn pathetic. You're not in the ISUBK, you are lost. You're lost. I don't care whether you think, you know, you in the truth or whatever the case is. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, as far as that behavior, it's very gay.
Yeah,
you know,
it is.
When you think about it, you know, I mean, it's very gay.
The mindsets that keep black men as a whole weak. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know, we compare ourselves to another man. You know, thinking that his woman should be with us. Not even, you know, some dudes think that they're morally better than that man or something like that, or he's more educated and like she's picking so far beneath her. No, she's picking what she is. You know what I'm saying? She is how he is.
Right.
You know, like the biker man has a biker woman, right? The drug dealing dude has a drug dealer wife. She, you know what I'm saying? She is keeping the dope in her crib. You know what I'm saying? And she know how to rock it up and every damn thing. Ain't never sold a crumb, but she know how to rock it. Right. You know what I'm saying? She know how to do all, you know, she know how to water whip. You know what I'm saying? You know, she cook up the dinner and the crack. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know, she is what he is. They're one flesh. You know what I'm saying? You know, she picked, you know, someone that is on her level. He on her level. You know, go ahead.
Yeah, the Bible does say in the Apocrypha that I'm paraphrasing a wicked
this woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
A wicked woman is given to a portion to a wicked man. Yeah.
This thing, look at Ahab. You know, look at Ahab's, you know, woman.
Right, Jezebel. Right.
Jezebel. Yeah. Right. You know, he picked someone that would be very compatible with him because he's weak. You know what I'm saying? And she has a strong desire to destroy the prophets. You know what I'm saying? Them two came together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He added somebody that was just, you know, seemingly almost like a polar opposite type of deal because she was about handling the business, you know what I'm saying, of her father's house in Zidon because Israel was always an enemy against the Zidonians. She was a Zidonian. You know, so what she wanted to do to destroy the prophets of the Lord and weaken Israel. So now that her people, the Zidonians, can have, you know, reign over Israel.
So like Zidonian is African, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Canaanite, the Phoenicians.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what she was.
Yeah. You know? It's like, if I may, like in the Zion events, or better yet, in the Bible, it says that she was reigning. I mean, like not reigning. It's like she was she had like some sense of authority within the 13 years of him being king over Israel. Right. And then he was a Judite, right?
No, I think Ahab was actually an Ephraimite.
He was an Ephraimite. Okay.
Right. He was an Ephraimite. He was of the house of Omri.
Yeah.
Omri was an Ephraimite.
Con.
You know,
You remember when Elijah went to go like check him and talk to him and shit and stuff
Right,
like that.
yeah.
So like I would beat that nigga ass. I'm sorry.
So
like,
Elijah wanted to.
Look, because I mean he had because he gave her power,
Right.
she was killing the prophets to the point where Elijah and Obadiah made a plan to hide some of the brothers in the caves.
Right. The thing about it,
man, crazy.
You know, Elijah was, on point with his discipline because
Absolutely.
Ahab was a king.
Yeah.
And you don't smite no king. You know what I'm saying? That's in the law. And Elijah knew that. You know what I'm saying? Is when they talk about don't curse the ruler of thy people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And at the time, weak King Ahab was ruling the people. There ain't nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High handled that situation, and the way he handled it, man, it was pretty bad. He took Ahab out, his house out, had his rib thrown off of a building and ate by dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was some brutal stuff right there. There was only the palms of our hands and our skull left. The dogs ate everything else.
Most High Christ.
Ooh, boy, when the Lord says, vengeance is mine, said the Lord, he can do way better than you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. Any more on that?
Yeah, nor sit down with her in thine arms.
Don't say, oh, damn sure don't do that. You know what I'm saying? One thing, you shouldn't be dealing with her like that any damn way, but like I said, that's what these wandering star Israelites do. They do those kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Right? Because there's nobody to come like, hey, brother, that's another man's rib right there. You know what I'm saying? You stay the hell away from her. In his mind, he's doing the righteous thing. He thinks he's doing righteousness. He's trying to help the sister out. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to liberate her. Next thing you know, he wind up in bed with her. You know what I'm saying? Or some stuff, or she, a lot of times, she might turn on him. You know what I'm saying? She'd give him some play and everything at first, you know what I'm saying? And then reverse the whole damn script on him and go right back to her man and be like, yeah, brother such and such said such and such and this and that. And he's like, what? Next thing you know, he's going and beating brother such and such's ass. You know what I'm saying? So watch for the hook. You know what I'm saying? Anything else?
And spend not thy money with her at the wine.
Oh, that's another thing too. Is when a man spends money on a woman, his heart is inclining to her. I don't give a damn. Why just show the kind act to her, right? You just trying to show kindness. Then show kindness to the homeless dude that's out there in the street. Show kindness to him. To him. You know what I'm saying? Show kindness to somebody. In the old folks' home, whose people won't even come and see them. You know what I'm saying? Show the kindness there. You know what I'm saying? Invest in the ISUBK. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Send some donations here. Why sit there and spend your money with another man's goddamn wife? You know what I'm saying? And still convincing yourself that you're acting within the confines of the truth. See, that's what happened. These star Israelites don't have nobody to correct them at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The prophets, the kings and everything needed somebody to correct them. The righteous and the unrighteous both. Right?
That's right.
And they were kings.
Right.
Kings and priests.
Right.
Prophets. And they still needed someone to correct them. Samson needed, that's another thing. Samson didn't have nobody really to correct him. And that's one of the ways that he went all the way off. Remember he was sleeping with the harlot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he got up and pushed the gate and all of that. Somebody should have been there. Hey man, don't. And somebody should have stood firm concerning him messing around with the Philistine woman. Yeah.
Sorry if I may. Yeah, because I remember it started when his father and mother had said that if you're gonna choose a wife, choose a wife of your own kind. And not to deal with these other heathens, but he pretty much just said F everything that they talking about. Right. He wants this woman, right? And they was totally against it. I remember that, and I was wondering what happened to him at the end, how he died, why did it happen to him? Right. Then I had to go back to the chapters to see that's why. Although he did some good acts, right? He did some amazing acts, and the Most High still
rose him up as judge over Israel.
Right.
Still at the same time,
Right. He still had to answer for it. He still had to answer for what he did.
Yeah, he still had to answer for that. Even though the Most High loved Samson, but Samson still had to, he still had to be punished for his sins also.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Time.
And here's another thing. This was the fault on the parents' end, because they didn't give him an order not to sleep with the Philistine women. They held a weak stance when it came to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She said, the mother said, isn't there anyone, why the Philistine woman? Isn't there anyone, one of my people, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Such and such, why not take a wife of them? And then he's like, get up, but he stood strong in what he wanted. He said, get her for me. And they went ahead and did what he told them to do. You know what I'm saying? And that, that occasion was of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Because the Lord wanted to hurt the Philistines. You know what I'm saying? And the way he wanted to do it, he didn't want Samson getting with the Philistine woman. He didn't want that. But he used that as an occasion against the Philistines, because the Philistines were ruling over us. And here's the thing about it too. It's the difference between when King Solomon had all the heathen wives and all of that from when Samson had the heathen wives. Mm-hmm. Because when King Solomon did it, we were at the top.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's still bad.
Right.
But it's even worse when your people are slaves and you're going and having slave sex with another race. Mm. That's worse. Races that are ruling over you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's what Samson was doing it out of his anger for the Philistines. He wanted to take something that they valued, and that was where his attraction with the Philistine women was at. You know what I'm saying? You got brothers out there. You always gonna have brothers like that. That figured they had sex with the black women, so I'm gonna have sex with they goddamn woman. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot.
Go ahead.
By you saying that, it reminded me of the rapists, GMS. Because they had said that it's justice to sleep with their woman. There's no justice in that. But I'll tell you what it is. It's pleasure in that for your own lust.
Right.
But there ain't no justice in sleeping with the oppressor's woman. Like I don't get it. It's a lot.
See, here's the thing.
I don't get it.
This is the difference between them and Samson. They fall in love with the oppressor when
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Samson slept with a Philistine woman and kicked much Philistine ass.
Yeah.
He was killing them.
Right.
Killing them in large numbers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And
that's one of the reasons why the Most High had him as judge. Because the Most High didn't like the fact that he's sleeping with the heathen women, but the Most High did like his anger against the Philistines. And that's why he rose him up as judge. You got to have a man that has that characteristic in order to be a judge over you, because otherwise they only going to offer you up to them. Mm-hmm. That's why the black leaders today ain't about shit. They don't hate the enemy and the oppressor for what he's doing to you. They would teach you not to hate him, but they will never teach him not to hate you. And they don't have no reason to hate you. You gave them the richest damn empire on the face of the planet.
Right.
And they hate you, and one of the reasons why they hate us so bad is because they hate the fact that they need us. They resent that. You know what I'm saying? Our leaders won't even address that, but they'll come to you quick as the poor, telling you how you should love them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They have power and resources. It'd be better for you to go to them and tell them how they should be loving us.
Right.
And why they should be loving us. Mm-hmm. And the things that they should do for us. But no, instead he's going to the poor, the ones that's filling up the goddamn prisons and all that, saying, don't be mad at him. You do this, all of that is your fault. All of that is y'all. That's based on your fault. And then you bring up something they do and he flip it right back on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's go on.
All right, come on. Yeah, come on. It's 8:10.
Okay.
Least thine heart incline unto her.
Unless your heart incline unto her, because you're giving your money. And what did the scripture say? Where your money is, your heart is.
Yeah, kind of.
And if you giving your money to her, then that's where your heart is going to be. Mm-hmm. And it's another man's wife, not your wife. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
And so through thy desire, thou fall into destruction. And that's the last one.
And that's,
That's heavy.
Yeah, see, now that's It just said, unless you fall into destruction, that's what happens. You know, sleeping with another man's wife. Even though that man ain't bringing the judgment to you, the Most High is going to find a way to bring it right to you. You know what I'm saying? You can find a way to bring it right to you.
Right.
There's people that then ended up messed up behind messing around with another man's wife. You know what I'm saying? Some didn't even sleep with her, still got messed up real bad. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's you playing with fire. You are serious. You playing with fire. But these Israelites that have these followings and everything on social media are doing things like this. And you could tell those type of dudes because they, like I said, they always trying to liberate another man's woman, and their biggest problems will be stuff like multiple wives. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. They trying to get up a following of women because they know women got money. You know what I'm saying? 80% of the resources in the black community, it goes to the woman. The man only got about 20%. You know what I'm saying? So they will target at her to get her money, you know, and to sleep in it. And you think that now if they got a following like that, and he preaching that one wife garbage, but yet he has 200 women that follow him and such, and always commenting and all of that. Yeah, you think he's gonna only desire his one wife? Get the hell out of here with that.
Right.
Who the hell you fool? You know what I'm saying? Now, unless he's damn gay. You know what I'm saying? If he's straight, he's gonna desire another woman. I don't give a damn. And guess what? He's gonna sleep with that woman, and he's gonna be made a laughing stock out of because of all of that preaching how a man should do this and do that and have one wife.
So like I was gonna say, like I mean, even if the man is straight, you know what I mean, and he's trying to desire someone else's woman, he's definitely gay. If in my eyes, he's definitely gay.
Right, yeah,
see
exactly. And here's the funny thing too, because hell, even gay dudes like sex with women.
They do.
You know what I'm saying?
And
women
true.
like sex with gay dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why a lot of women have a gay best friend.
Right.
You know, and they're gonna be sitting back and buttered at some point, you know what I'm saying? And laughing and ha and he and all of that. Next thing you know, they're gonna end up banging, you know, I can't believe that just happened. Next thing you know, they'll be like that. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe that just happened. So she got a straight man at home, and she done sit there and done have sex with Mr. Duty Dick. You know what I'm saying? Let him in her box. You know what I'm saying?
Good night. No, Salaki, I'm laughing because I know like Salaki, I got this gay uncle. You know, I mean, like, you know, like I used to, like, me and him used to get into it because, you know, for one, he used to smell funny as hell to me, but I found out that was the drugs. I know drugs had a smell to it as a kid.
But like the smell of duty, you know?
No, but I remember my uncle, he had this friend, like he was very flamboyant, but he had this you know, the so-called like girlfriend or whatever like that. And, you know, I thought it was kind of, you know, crazy how they used to hang out a lot. I'm like, you know, I'm surprised hanging around a lot of men.
Right.
And come to find out, I used to hear stories later on after he died from AIDS that, you know, he was banging old girl too.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, good night. Like,
I certainly believe it. Yeah, I done seen women sick over gay dudes. Dudes that I'm talking about flaming homosexual. Flaming homosexual. The woman is so damn sick in love with this dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And she got a man. But she's sick over this gay dude that she, you know what I'm saying, inclines to. And the gay dude know that she in love with him. You know what I'm saying? And what he does is he plays with her, plays these games with her and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, she's sick over him.
Right.
Yeah, you know, one time I'm sitting over my buddy's crib and everything, and this woman comes through who my buddy them, you know, got a big crush on. You know, she comes with her gay friend, you know, and she starts sucking on her because they had a little drink. She starts sucking on like a Budweiser bottle and everything, you know, demonstrating her, you know. He said, I can do better than that.
I could, what you ready? Good night.
I'm like, man, you know, Randy, I mean, y'all better get this one. Okay, any more on that?
No, it's not. No. I can't deal with you today.
Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 36 and verse 25.
All right. You said 36.
Right, 36 and verse 25.
All right. Oh yeah, it's actually a good chapter too, by the way.
All right.
So like Ecclesiasticus chapter 35, verse 25. I'm still like 36, chapter Ecclesiastes chapter 36, verse 25. Where no hedge is, there's the possessions. So like
Where no hedge is, it says the possession is spoiled, right?
Kind of.
Yeah, where there's no protection at, you got to tell your woman, look, we ain't got no damn male friends. You don't have no male friends.
Right.
Like I said, these wandering star Israelites will want to be your woman's friend.
Mm-hmm.
In hopes that she says some stuff, about you, and start talking, all types of stuff about you, and then he can somehow smooth and jazzy his way on in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why we're not affiliated with no Israelite groups. None.
Right.
Because you got these people that say, well, if everybody believes the same, then why can't we just all just come together? You can't come together with no people that do that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't come together with no damn people who run around talking about the Irish or Israelite. Man, get the hell out of here with that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing about them says Israelites. They still got their same damn Irish names that they come to America with. We ain't got our names.
Right.
Hell, we don't even have the damn Hamite variation of our names that we had.
Mm-hmm.
We was totally stripped of all of that. That's how we got the name Johnson and Jackson and all of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those names weren't Israelite names. We was stripped and we was labeled as property. You know what I'm saying? When just like a damn television have Magnavox on it.
Yeah.
It's property of Magnavox. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with us. We were the property of whoever the hell owned us on that damn plantation. We had their names. Go ahead.
And he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning.
Yeah, because like I said, wandering star Israelites, because these are the type of dudes that nobody can deal with. Even other fake Israelite dudes can't even deal with each other. Because they come into a room, since they have no rank and order structure, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody's going to want to be the top teacher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody, and they're going to be jealous of each other. Or whatever gifts somebody might have, they'll be jealous. You know what I'm saying? And they'll split quick. You know what I'm saying? They'll split because nobody's going to want to be up under, you know what I'm saying, the other one or any of that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or they'll sit there and have some fake, pseudo structure or whatever. And that damn thing is going to fall apart. Like with the purple people, you know what I'm saying? Because they fell apart over some they're supposed to have brotherhood and they don't prioritize brotherhood. We prioritize brotherhood. They don't.
Right.
They're businessmen. That's the problem. They prioritize business and gain. Thinking that gain is godliness. There's a scripture. Can you pull that scripture? Thinking that gain is godliness.
Okay.
And that's the mindset of the pink oppressor.
Right.
Pink oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
That's his mindset. What did Christ say? Ye are of your father, the devil.
Right.
The lust of your flesh that you do.
Lust of your father.
Yeah, the lust of your father.
Yeah,
Like the lust of your father shall you do.
Yeah, done.
And that's why they splitting all up. And see, here's the thing about it. Even when they split up groups, when they come and they gather in 20, they're going to start another split off group, in which this is going to be 10 that's going to go this way, 10 that's going to go that way. Next thing you know, what will that lead to? A bunch of ones running around.
Right.
A bunch of dudes with lavender shirts on with bristles at the bottom of them. You know what I'm saying? Right. Don't even want to deal with each other. Nobody else can deal with them. You know what I'm saying? It was so sad about it. The people in the world ain't going to want to deal with them either. Eventually they're going to have a real bad stigma upon them, and that stigma is going to be true. Right. You know what I'm saying? People talk stuff about us, you know what I'm saying? But the stuff ain't true. You know what I'm saying? And the stuff that is true is the stuff that's right according to the Bible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just unlearned and don't know.
Con.
It's like multiple wives. I don't mess with them because they believe in multiple wives. Oh, no, we don't mess. Yeah, that's your woman talking right there. That's your damn woman talking.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sad situation when you're in a grocery store and you got to look down. You know what I'm saying? You got to look down. She's looking wherever the hell she wants to, but you making sure you said, cut your eye at her, making sure she ain't looking at you and catch you rolling your eye and look at another woman. Mm. What type of life is that? Is that the life of power and rulership? No, that's a life of servitude and subordination. That's what that is. And to someone that's supposed to be in servitude to you. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, you go ahead. Finish one.
A lot of these Israelites women is running their congregation, just like in the Christian church. Why leave the Christian church to be the Christian church? You know what I'm saying? That's stupid. That is dumb. How the hell can you even say that you have wisdom and you have knowledge and all of that when you left the Christian church to be the Christian church? I guess your real problem was that you wasn't leading. You didn't have a position there and you felt some kind of way, like some little bitch, you know what I'm saying? You just felt some kind of way about it. Many people was, try to usurp there and the shit didn't work. Somebody usurped your stupid ass. You know what I'm saying? You played a dumb jostling game against each other. So now I don't want to be there anymore. Shalom. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. A lot of them dudes can't even tell you how they even an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? They just following a trend. But then at the same time won't lead trying to teach somebody else. Go ahead.
Yeah, I found it. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 5. Perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds. And
that's what happens. What was we just talking about?
Con.
Ain't that what happens with them fake groups? Mm-hmm. The groups that'll sit there with another man's woman in their arms. Mm-hmm. And then another thing too, you put the female element into those congregations. Oh, they really gonna be messed up now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because niggas act out in front of a woman. You know what I'm saying? And they act in ways that they normally wouldn't act if it was just all men around. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Those same wicked Negroes will act out then. Go ahead.
Con. And destitute of the truth.
Destitute of the truth. Thinking they in it. And that's one of the things that makes them destitute of the truth. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because if they think they in the truth, then they can't see that they're not in it. And the scripture said for us to, test to see if we in the faith. Right? Right. Paraphrase that. But look, observe to see if you in the faith. How a man that can't even take orders, how the hell is he even in the faith? How is he even close to it? That's what I don't get.
Right. God, supposing that gain is godliness, from such withdraw thyself.
Because like I said, what do they want to do? They want access to your woman's pocket. That's one of the reasons why they want to subvert your house, why they want to, usurp your authority inside your house. Some, like I said, in some cases, they might not even want your woman. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They just want your woman to want them. Mm-hmm. Just like the Christian pastor, because the Christian pastor can't sleep with all of them. You know what I'm saying? He can't sleep with all of them. Just like a pimp. A pimp don't sleep with all of his hoes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A pimp, he got 8 hoes. He might have a number 1 and a number 2. You know what I'm saying? And both of them has rulership over the other ones. In a sense, has rulership over the other ones. They the ones that they're trying to be like because all of them want that number 1 spot. You know what I'm saying? So the number 1 and the number 2 is constantly at odds with each other. Now he might be sleeping with them, but the other 6, he's not sleeping with them. They desiring to sleep with him. That's the reason why they come in with money and come in this and that. He's like the golden carrot that they can't really reach like that. You know what I'm saying? But they keep reaching for it because they believe in their mind that one day they're going to get it. Uh-huh. You know what I'm saying? One day they will. And this is what makes the pimp prosper. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is what makes him prosperous. And is that they will operate on that same damn system. You know what I'm saying? The same system. Next thing you know, they got your woman in some fake, in some building, cooking for them, and she won't even cook for you. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to learn nothing from you. She wants to learn straight from him. Right. Nothing from you because in her mind, because you sleeping with her and she despises her own damn box. Since you hitting the box, you can't teach her nothing. Right. After boasting on her box being so valuable, you know, if you gave him that, then he should be able to teach. You know what I'm saying? He should be able to certainly teach you any and everything. He should be the one you should be mainly listening to. You know. But instead, you know, the women despise their own box so much, they figure you gotta be a not shit nigga just to even hit it. Yeah. Really though, you see what I'm saying? They don't want their woman teaching them nothing, and in their mind, they know more than you do. You know what I'm saying? That's an Adam and Eve scenario. Adam was teaching Eve at first, you know, but now Eve's dealing with the serpent. Now she's going back, and now her and Adam argue. And she's listening to the serpent way more than she's listening to him. You see what I'm saying? That's subverting a man's house. Mm-hmm. Any more on the scripture?
Also, too, I got a definition for subvert.
Okay.
And, also, too, I got a precept that I always bring out in Titus about the word subvert.
Yeah. It's
Titus 1:11.
Right.
I got you.
Yeah. You want to go listen to it right now?
Yeah, Oh yeah, she's like that was the end of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can get that right now. Yeah, so like that's my go-to right there. All right. Titus chapter 1 verse 11. Whose mouths must be stopped? Who subvert?
Can we go up to verse 10?
Verse 10, I got you. Absolutely. Verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers.
What does it mean to be unruly? Anybody? Unruly? Somebody say that's an unruly child. What are they saying? Go ahead. Right. And these men, the scriptures talk about, are the same way.
Right. Keep going. Right. Yeah. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers.
Right.
Especially they of the circumcision.
They of the circumcision. See, back then it was the ones of the circumcision.
Right.
Right. But you know, now is the thing is not about the circumcision. It's about, you know, it's the black leaders, the leaders of fake Israelite groups.
Right.
Christian pastors, because in their minds they are circumcised apart, even though they're not.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They'll talk about certain. A lot of them say you just gotta keep the law, statutes, and commandments. But at the same time, they take the commandment where they say, "Love thy neighbors, I love thyself," and they massacre that commandment right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And everything else that they say they stand on, they really fall on all of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so they can't boast themselves in keeping the commandments. We don't need to be with no group. All you gotta do is just keep your commandments. Well, you know, the commandments say gather yourselves together when nature not desired. What about that one?
I was just gonna say, what you just said is what James said. I forget what chapter it is. I think it's chapter 1 or chapter 5, when James said, if you offend one law, you offend them all, meaning if you break one law, you've broken all the laws.
Right, because if you think about it, these men, since they don't love their neighbors, they love themselves. And then at the same time, they trying to, you know, jazzy up some man's rib, where they're showing that they're breaking the law when it talks about not to covet anything that belongs to your neighbor. Right. Desiring his goddamn woman, you want to give his woman liberation from her man. Right. You know? You see that right there? So, you know, thou shalt not steal. Well, you're trying to steal a man's wife.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? You're breaking that one too.
Right.
You know? And if you're doing those and you damn sure ain't doing the one where it said, that should have no other gods before me, because you're showing that something else is your God. Your desire is your God. That's your God. And that's the one that you exalt and you prioritize over the Most High. So you're breaking that commandment. You know? You see how he just massacred all the commandments one by one. But at the same time, no, just keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Quick to talk about that. Mm-hmm. You know? Go ahead.
So, like, is that safe to say? Like what happened to it wasn't Isaiah, it was Ezekiel when he lost his rib. The Most High had killed his rib.
Yeah.
gave her a heart attack.
Right.
Because he kind of was like, he was kind of like put her on a higher pedestal than the Most High. Like he was giving her more attention than the Most High.
Well, what it could have been too, it could have been a situation like what happened with Judah's wife. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Her and Odin and everything.
Okay.
You know, the man was righteous, but the woman is wicked.
Right.
You know, not all men that not all men that have wicked women are wicked themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and that's one of the reasons, why the Most High took it. Ezekiel was on the ball. You know, when you look in the scripture, but at the same time, that woman was the apple of his eye. She was trying to conflict with what God had for him to do. You know what I'm saying? And when that happens, the Most High take a woman the hell up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You'll take a woman right the hell up out of here. I don't know if she was just like super wicked, like what Judah's wife was, if she was worshiping idols and all of that. But at the same time, whatever she was doing, she had to be doing. You know what I'm saying? She had to be worshiping idols. If they had a mindset to make him pay more attention to her, because you look at it right now, a lot of sisters want the Most High seat in the man's life. A lot of sisters, they want to be your God. They don't want you to serve God. They want to be your God. And the Most High take a damn woman right the hell up out of here for that. You know what I'm saying? Here and fear. You know what I'm saying? The Most High will take a woman up out of here. If you get her out of the way so that man can get his head right to get the work done. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Right. That's why after she had died by that morning, he had told him, like, look, you are going to go to camp.
Right.
But also too, when he goes to the funeral, you better not even shed a tear.
Right.
I was like, good night.
Right. Yeah. Told him to do that because the Most High was showing what he was going to do, how he was going to smite Israel, and how he wouldn't, feel bad about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he used Ezekiel's wife as the example. And now think about it. Imagine if Ezekiel at the funeral and he just looking hardcore. Imagine how people was thinking. They looking at him like, okay, they trying to see some type of emotion out of him, because he's a hardcore dude. They want to see some tears, but then they see none of that. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, he was warning them and going and prophesying and all that. Ezekiel was a hardcore dude. Right. Ezekiel got to put himself on the slave ship. Well, that's a hard nigga right there. Right. You know what I'm saying? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Yeah. He put himself on the slave ship. I remember that. What type of nigga is that? You know what I'm saying? That's a badass dude right there. So when he's at the funeral just looking hardcore, everybody, and then now just think about it, that made some people afraid. They're like, damn, this dude's real just died. And he just looking you know what I'm saying? He looking like Tywin Lannister in this from Game of Thrones or something. You know what I'm saying? He's looking just hardcore. They're like, now they figure, man, look, we need to turn for real. The Most High is doing something serious right now. Okay. Any more?
Yeah.
We're going into 11, right?
Yeah, kind of. Whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses.
Subvert. Okay, let's look at the definition of what it means to subvert.
I got it for you. Subvert, Webster's Dictionary, to overturn or overthrow from the foundation or ruin.
So how do they subvert households? By undermining the authority of the man in that house, Louis.
That's the second definition. To pervert or corrupt by a undermining of morals, intelligence, or faith.
All right. So who they gotta undermine, just like the serpent undermined Adam.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And deceive Eve. That's what these men do, that sit by a man's wife to subvert his household.
Right.
Next thing he's trying to teach your woman. So he's trying to teach your woman something. The only thing he's actually teaching is to go against you.
Right. Keep going.
Yeah.
I got you. Who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake.
Right. They want their money. know what I'm saying? And that's the Christian pastors. Christian pastors a lot of times do house calls. Back in the day, I know they would.
Oh yeah,
They would do house calls. And as a matter of fact, it's an old Negro tradition. How your great grandmothers and everything, the pastor come over, she'd make a big old huge thing of chicken for him and his family to eat. I remember, my mother telling me this story. My great grandmother would make a big old huge thing of chicken for the pastor and his family to eat. They couldn't even get none because she loved and reverenced that pastor so much. You know what I'm saying? And they sat there and said she said they would eat all the chicken. They was running around sneaking like little slaves trying to grab, the little end of the wing that ain't got no real meat on it. They just trying to grab something, anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, that's a damn shame right there. And those women, so imagine he wants to remove that man out of the damn way and get that man out of the equation so that he can sit there and totally just, use the woman for himself.
Right.
The woman knows she's a good cook. She knows how to bake. She knows how to do all of that. So he wants to put that for his service. He wants to get her money while telling her that her man needs to do all this and all of that, and he needs to be paying this. Pretty much, he needs to be paying her for her to be married to him. But at the same damn time, that same pastor ain't doing nothing for her, but demands her money for himself. And see how evil that is?
John.
You know what I'm saying? That's why all churches are set up like a pimp game.
Right.
It's the pimp, you know what I'm saying? And up under the pimp, it ain't even really no associate pimps. You don't know the assistant pimps. It ain't even no assistant male pimps. Because they just got titles as deacons, but they're powerless. They just got the title. Right. Women is next in line.
Right.
And after the woman, she's a hoe, and her husband is the John. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be the John, the one to pay her, and this and that, and serve her and all that while she served him, while she served the top pimp. You know what I'm saying?
Good night.
They set up just like that because back in the day, when the white man really started cracking down on pimping, because niggas even had white codes, and they didn't like that, and they start cracking down on pimping real hard. A lot of the pimps quit pimping and went right into the church. You know what I'm saying? Already with that deceptive mouthpiece. Hell, he could have known 2-3 scriptures, and he gang you up so damn tough. You know what I'm saying? You think he know the Bible. He know 3 scriptures. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just real charismatic and a good talker, a good motivational speaker. And next thing you know, he's a Christian pastor. You know what I'm saying? And if it's smoked in any Bible debate from anybody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
That was it, unless you want verse 12.
Yeah. We're going to go to 14 on this.
Okay, you said verse 14 or 12?
No, we're going to go to 14.
Oh, 12 to 14.
Yeah,
okay,
12, 13, 14.
Okay, God. Verse 12. One of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said, the Christians are always liars, evil beasts, and slow bellies.
It's a lie, evil beasts. Say they're evil beasts. That's bad right there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give a damn. They done threw off all morals and became like animals. You know what I'm saying? So they sit there and have sex with another man's wife and don't even feel nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Because they done subverted the house and done undermined the authority of the man so damn much that they figure they ain't even doing a sin when they sleep with his wife. Mm. That's a beast right there. That's an evil beast. Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
Slow bellies.
Slow bellies. You know what I'm saying? Be slow to do any good work. Your belly, you know what I'm saying? This is a vital part right here. That's the reason why, in Hebrew culture, we wear a war belt around there. We wear what they call biblically called a girdle. A girdle, right. You know what I'm saying? Because this is where your vital stuff is at. If somebody try to stick you and everything, they have to stick through that in order to hit, your intestines, your kidneys, or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? They're slow bellies. They're slow to do any good work. You know what I'm saying? And to do anything that's actually good and righteous, I don't know about that shit. I don't know about doing all that. They're slow to do that. You know what I'm saying? And this is the prophet of their own that said this. And I bet you they hated his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Keep going.
Right.
Verse 13. This witness is true. Wherefore, rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith.
Right. Rebuke them sharply. And what does it mean to rebuke? You look up that definition.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I was just gonna say this. Yeah, I got it for you.
Okay.
Rebuke, to criticize sharply, reprimand, to serve as a rebuke to turn back or keep down, check, as in like checking.
Right. And then it goes as far as to, taking out certain.
So like another one, you have a verb of rebuke and a noun. The last one, an expression of strong disapproval, reprimand.
Right. You have to take something from them, hit them with a fine, do something, because some checkings go beyond verbal. You got to do something, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the time, the verbal checking is only powered by what you're able to do. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes if you're able just to say stuff all the damn time, it's just like with a child. If a child get used to you hollering at him because he figure you ain't gonna do shit about it. All you do is just holler for a second. You just do what the hell you want to do. Because there's no, there's no action that's being taken of rebuke. You know what I'm saying? So he figured I just get used to the hollering. That just be that. You know what I'm saying? Well, other kids know, that you say something, they respect, they hurry up and do what you say to do because they know what's coming if they don't. You know what I'm saying? They know something is coming. That game that they love, that damn thing will be gone for a month. And they be sitting there chicken going through withdrawals. Where him came, go ahead.
Done. All right. Verse 14, not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth.
And that's what they'll do. They'll give heed to Jewish fables. What's one of the Jewish fables? The Celts was Israelites. You ever heard that one? The Celts, they were black men. That stuff doesn't even mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so the hell what? You know what I'm saying? That stuff will take you all the way out somewhere. Next thing you know, all the Vikings was black men. All this, and that makes the truth that we saying look like some stuff that we just making up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We just saying a lot of the most ridiculous stuff. You know what I'm saying? The Chinese they are black men. No, they're not. When it says Jewish fables in this, it means fables that pertain to the Jews. You know what I'm saying? That pertain to it. Giving heed to Jewish fables. One Jewish fable would be the Jewish people. That's a Jewish fable right there because it's something that is not true. You know what I'm saying? And they will try to get you to be Jewish. Can you read that part again?
Verse 14, not giving heed to Jewish fables.
Not giving heed. I don't give a damn if you sit there and say some of them is Jews and some of them not. No. You're not teaching that garbage in here. They're the Amalekites, according to the Bible. That's a Jewish fable. That the rabbis are actually the tribe of Levi.
Right.
That's a Jewish fable. The one stock of the Chinese is Manasseh. The Ethiopians is other tribes, the tribe of Dan. Those are Jewish fables. There's no proof. There's no way in the Bible that you can even begin to prove any of that. And then at the same time, too, they say, they talk about Haile Selassie being the descendant of King Solomon and Queen of Sheba. But somehow the Ethiopians and said his seed and bloodline made everybody Jewish and all of that. But somehow they are the tribe of Dan when King Solomon was of the tribe of Judah. You see what I'm saying? That's a Jewish fable. The fake, they got a fake 12 tribes now, right?
I have not seen.
Yeah, they got videos on YouTube about that. Going to find the lost tribes of Israel, and then they went to some tribe of Falasha, Limba, something like that in Africa. See, they still do the animal sacrifice. This dude was sacrificing a goat. Yeah, they are sacrificing because they like to eat. You know what I'm saying? But that don't make them the tribe of Levi because they killing a goddamn goat to eat. You know what I'm saying? Farmers do the same damn stuff. So that makes every farmer of the tribe of Levi. Right? Jewish fables. They teach that garbage. They teach stupid stuff like his name is Yahusha. Yahusha. You know what I'm saying? They got a new name for the Lord every damn year. Every 6 months they come up with a new name. Now they call him Yayo. You know what I'm saying? You see that one? Yeah. Y-O-A-H. Yayo. Yeah. Oh, you call him the god of cocaine now. You know what I'm saying? They listen to Scarface and they call God Yale. Remember Scarface said, Chichi, get to Yale. Good.
And commandments of men that turn from the truth.
Commandments of men. What, like that one that dude was saying, oh, in order to be married, you gotta have this, you gotta do this, and that. And then you got the people that run around talking about, no, we're not supposed to eat meat. That's against the law. We're not supposed to eat no meat. And then, you know, just making up stuff. You know, Jesus didn't eat fish. I know it say he ate fish in John, but see, what they did was they added that to it. Okay, then what about when he fed the people with the 5 fish and what was it, the 2 loaves and the 5 loaves and 2 fish?
Yeah.
What about that? Oh, he didn't eat nothing. He just gave it to everybody else. What was Peter and them when Christ met them? They were fishermen. What were they doing with the fish? Oh, they were selling it to who and for what? To put in an aquarium, huh? You know what I'm saying? To put it inside the aquarium, the fish tank in the house. No, they were selling it to eat, to fry up some fish. Mm-hmm. And even they stand on that stuff even after they cut all in the scriptures concerning that. They still stand on it. Go ahead.
That's in verse 14, unless you want 15 and 16.
All right, and let's go to let's go to Genesis 4 and 15.
Oh, I know exactly where you're going. Oh, yeah, that's a good job. Genesis chapter 4, verse 15. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold.
Yeah. We stepping right now. We stepping into the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is not new.
Right.
It's not new. It's all throughout the scriptures. The mark of the beast, the worship of the image of the beast. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff is all throughout the scriptures. These are like foreshadows. All of this stuff is actually foreshadows to the Christian church. You know, and Edomite rule. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but okay, read that again.
Okay. Genesis chapter 4, verse 15. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold.
Now, who has that type of spirit upon them? What race? This is the reason why nobody can beat this race in war. Mm-hmm. And think about it. This mark made him look different than everybody else on the planet. You see what I'm saying? It made him look different. And Esau came out red, his blood showing through the skin, right? When a person's blood shows through the skin, as far as, as a race, right? That shows what their sin was. It was a sin of murder.
Right.
Because Cain slew Abel, right?
Right.
Esau sought to slay Jacob, and Esau is slaying us today.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Gone. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him.
Lest any finding him should kill him. Right. Mm-hmm. This is the fear that everybody has when it comes to the white man, pink oppressor.
Con.
This is the fear that everybody has because people don't do things to him based on the repercussions of what will happen to them. You see what I'm saying? Because they know, you kill one of his, he can do something 7 times bad to you, is what you can do to him. Mm-hmm. But the Most High did that on purpose. Mm-hmm. He did that on purpose because one thing, the reason why the Most High did that, because he wants to let him get so powerful so that the Most High would destroy him. I mean, how's the Most High going to get the glory if you let you beat him? You know what I'm saying? Let you do it, right? That's the reason why the Most High made him the most militarily, the most powerful, and the most deceitful, because, you know, it's not all his fighting ability, because he didn't have his ass kicked in war. He just got his ass kicked in Afghanistan. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so much so to where now they got to go over there and get, 5,000 troops?
Yeah.
Them 5,000 troops ain't trying to fight their way out of a wet paper bag, because they didn't already been taken over. The kind of Taliban to show some muscle. For real. You know what I'm saying? They got to try and rescue them and bring them back, because the Taliban have been kicking ass in the mountains of Afghanistan. They pretty much is doing them over there in Afghanistan like the Gadites was doing them here. You know what I'm saying? The Gadites is beating much white ass. You know what I'm saying? They was tearing white man up here. You know, but one of the characteristics of the sword is his ability to confuse people. You know what I'm saying? And make them turn against each other. Remember when the Lord said, I should bring a sword through my holy mountains when all the nations come together? And he was going, you know what I'm saying, bring a sword, drop a sword upon them, right? Mm-hmm. Now remember, it also says, before the Most High does anything, that they all turn against each other and start slaying the hell out of each other. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, because they're confused. You deceived me. No, you deceived us. Next thing you know, they're blowing each other away. You know what I'm saying? Multitudes and multitudes of dead laying out. So much so, by the damn time that they finally snap out of it and realize what the hell's going on, all these dead bodies is out there. You know what I'm saying? Now the Most High, you know what I'm saying, we're finish them off. You know what I'm saying? But then when there was one swing of the sword left all of them dead. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So like, I think you're speaking about the Old Testament, but wouldn't also a precept be Joel 3:2?
Yes.
Absolutely. The Valley of Joseph.
Yes. That right there. And remember, he just said, "Let the weak say I'm strong." He wants to gather all of their armies, even the weak ones, the men, even the men that not fight men. You know what I'm saying? You know how like Esau does. They're trying to deputize themselves. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It comes down to it like that. You know, the people that ain't even, just to fight for their country, they'll, you know what I'm saying, arm themselves and all of that stuff. That's why the Most High said, let the weak say that I'm strong, put on some strength, be your plowshares in the spirit, take that John Deere you got, you know what I'm saying, melt it down and make some AR-15s out of it and bring your ass down. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Hey, real talk, the Most High, you know what I'm saying, is coming straight at their neck. That's one of the characteristics of the sword. Now, Esau has a similar ability. That's how he had World War I, World War II, right? Right. All of these nations fighting against each other, but guess who wasn't getting tore up like that? The people that were actually causing the wars, the people that were profiting from the wars. Carnegie steel, because you need a whole lot of steel in order to fight a war, right? Somebody had to fund Hitler's war machine. It had to be that you needed. What else do you need? You need a lot of oil to run your vehicles. Oh yeah. Who was the top oil supplier during that time? Does anybody know?
Which time frame?
During the time of World War II.
Mm-hmm. Give me a second. Hold on. And I should know this. I ain't trying to give you the wrong answer. Damn, I'm trying to think. I just went over this.
The Rothschilds. Not the Rockefellers. Standard Oil.
It couldn't have been the Rothschilds.
Yeah, because the Rockefellers owned Standard Oil. The Rothschilds had their play definitely in that too.
And the Rothschilds were in the U.S., right?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Okay, I was going to say the U.S.
Right.
Yeah, kind of.
The Rothschilds over in the Rockefellers here. In the US.
I mean Rockefellers.
Right.
Yeah, Rothschilds was out of. Yeah.
But they're all kin to one another, and all of them had a part to play. All of them, you need financiers. You have to have people to finance your war. You got all of these damn soldiers. Somebody got to feed them.
Yeah, kind of.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to need chemicals.
Kind of.
That's where the DuPont family comes in.
And then, that's right. The Rockefellers is at the top, and then second is the Rothschilds.
No, the Rothschilds is actually at the top.
And then the
then
Rockefellers
second,
where
Rockefellers and all of them would be. It kind of goes, down a level like that.
As far as the ranking system, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. As far as the family, but they all actually they're like the mob. Because when the mob sits at a table, all of them are equals at that point because they all have the same agenda. You know what I'm saying? They all have the same agenda. So they set up kind of a commission. All of them are bosses. All of them are, you know what I'm saying, bosses over their own stuff. The Rockefellers were the bosses of the oil. The Carnegies were the bosses of the steel. You know what I'm saying? All of them coming together for global domination. So they had to start a war to weaken everybody. Right. And war is profitable. So the lesser people, like even gangsters and all of that was in on the war. Like Luciano and them had a part to play, and they all became rich. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because with wars like that, you're shifting resources from one group to you. That's why you start the war. You start the war to break them down. They need weapons. You have somebody attack them, they don't have a sufficient amount of weapons to fight against them. You know what I'm saying? So now you become the supplier of their weapons. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And this other group needs weapons, and they enemies of them. You supply them too. You supply all these people. They need oil. You say, well, I'll give you an unlimited oil supply if you let us have this. You know what I'm saying? And all of this confusion was heaped up for them also to take over Palestine. You know what I'm saying? Creating mass confusion of everybody, mass bloodshed, sleight of hand, attention, and everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. While you slide on in and do what it is, and next thing you know, the smoke's cleared, they inside Jerusalem. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And they sacrificed those 6 million Jewish. They sacrificed them. Those are sacrifices right there, because if there ain't no Jewish sacrifices,
that's the end of every war.
You're right, right. They had to sacrifice them because none of them was dying. And people be like, wait a minute, hold on. Maybe that stuff Mussolini was saying was right. Mm-hmm. Maybe that stuff that Hitler was saying was right. Maybe that stuff that Stalin and all of them was saying was right about that people right there. But no, they 6 million of their own died, right? Mm-hmm. So now you can't pinpoint and say, that they made this stuff happen because their own died. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It's like, if I may, just bring this point out, like based on what you're saying, like even even black and Hispanics and Native Americans were how you say it? It's a collateral damage, or pretty much like a sacrifice too, because you remember how they always lied and said that, look, if you fight for us against this country, we'll give you the freedom that you want. You see what I'm saying? And not be a slave anymore.
Right.
Of course, that turned into a lie, of course, always.
Yeah, they did the same thing with black women.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they did the same thing. They told black women, even in Africa, if you help us to get them, you know what I'm saying? You help us to get them, and get that man and bind that man up, that you won't be no slave, and we'll give you rulership over him. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why the ghetto is set up that way. Mm-hmm. Because most black women feel they'd rather be, the queen of hell than be a maid in heaven. Mm. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
So they figure they like this situation. How they say, well, every woman wants a strong man, a dominant man. That's bullshit. Because if that was the case, then you would have to relinquish your power. And once people taste power, they don't want to let it go. Right. You know what I'm saying? She will keep that at all costs. Good.
The whole time I'm thinking about the feminist movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and think about it. She loves that sense of power so much to where when there was supposed to be some resources for black men based on what black men fought for in World War I and World War II and all of that, the black women sided with white women so that the white women would get those resources. So she can keep rulership, because you put those resources in the hands of a black man, he's going to rule his house and everything better. He's going to rule his own society. They don't want that, and neither did she. The black woman didn't want that either. So she sided with white people to make sure that the white woman got those resources. Mm-hmm. And they just promised her that she will remain queen of hell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They promised her that in return. That would be her pay. And then they would give her education. because the educated class and in any society is the ruling class. That's why they want the black man to be the laborer, the laboring class.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a woman will have a boy and a girl. She'll try. If the boy ain't like cold with a football, or basketball, nothing like that. First thing she want to do is make him the laboring class and give her the education. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, he'll make him a feminine and a strong back. You know what I'm saying? And make her masculine and educated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and all this stuff's done on purpose. It's not done by accident. You know. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, they're on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was saying, as far as with, you know, that you see that, you get an understanding of the mark of the beast and who in the scriptures was given 77-fold. Vengeance should be taken on him 77-fold.
7-fold.
No, but it's the other Lamech.
Yeah,
surely
yes.
Cain be avenged 7-fold, surely Lamech 77-fold.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, you know, regular Esau is, and who the Jewish people are, their spirit. Because the Most High took out all the children of Cain, and all that stuff was redone through Esau.
Right.
You know? And it's just like Cain had Lamech, Esau has Amalek.
Come.
All right. Let's go into Revelation 13 and 13.
To Revelation 13.
Right.
Okay.
He compresses the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right. All right. There we go. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a pretty good chapter. All right. Revelation chapter 13, verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
This is the same verse that have that mark of the beast.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
Who did this? Anybody know who did this? Is anybody listening? Somebody hears so much into their phone that they can't even pay attention. Go ahead.
Con, I got
you. Can you read that part?
Yeah, I got you. I'll read 13
I
again
want
too.
somebody to tackle this deal right here.
Verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
Does anybody know what historical
Esau, right?
Yeah, it's Esau, but what time period and what event is this? No, this already happened.
So like, what was your response? Apocalypse. Oh, okay.
Anybody know what time period and what event happened that the whole world took notice of? And it was the first time anything like that had ever happened since the history of the world. The only other person that was able to do this was the Most High himself.
I know what you're talking about. I ain't gonna say no somebody.
Yeah.
Japanese or something.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. Hey. Sharp young man right here. Hey, say it one more time. Right, Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Right there. That happened, and the whole world took notice. The whole world took notice. So when people talk about the Bible, you know, ain't nothing and this and that, how the hell would the writers have possibly known about this?
Right.
Exactly. But this didn't happen till long after, you know what I'm saying? The people that wrote the Bible was long dead. How would they know this? This has never happened before. How would they, if you don't trust the Bible, this stuff happened, you know, a couple of thousand years after this stuff was written.
Right.
You know, this was written during the time of the very beginning of the Dark Age. You know what I'm saying? The people that read this didn't understand it. They didn't understand what the hell was going on, but we understand today because it was one of the historical events that rocked the earth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this is the event to stop World War II because nobody wanted to challenge the beast because the beast dropped fire out of heaven. That's what they said too. They said those words. They said, stop the war. America has made fire come down out of heaven. Stop the war. Nobody else wanted no smoke. You know what I'm saying? And that's when America became reverenced, you know what I'm saying, all throughout the earth. And people was terrified to even go to war with America. Go ahead.
Verse 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
Right. They thinking that he's God because he's able to do that. Go ahead.
Saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Right. Okay. What verse you at?
It's like 8 line. Excuse. Can you walk over to the elevator? Come back. Yep. Where's the key at, Lonnie? Okay, that's what. All right. It's your little price.
Press the time.
It's fine. Yeah, I mean, if you want to go over a little bit of time, you can.
Okay. Now, people run around thinking that, you know, the vaccine is the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Matter of fact, let's skip down to, let's go to Numbers chapter 21 and verse 5. So we're talking about the vaccine is the mark of the beast. One damn thing, you don't get the vaccine in your hand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, or you know, there ain't nobody coming with a needle and putting it in your forehead. You know what I'm saying? You're just wrong on that, you know, as it is. But vaccines are not something new. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that's new. It's been momentary times throughout history where people had to be vaccinated. You know, because of certain plagues, people had to have flu vaccines. And then think about it, if that's the case, if this vaccine is the COVID vaccine is the mark of the beast, then what the hell was the flu vaccine? Right. People was running around getting that.
You said 21, 25?
Huh?
21, 25?
No, 21 and 5.
25.
People was running around getting that. Why this one got to be the mark of the beast? Come on, man. You're being silly. You're being straight up silly right there. And actually, vaccines is really based on Israelite wisdom.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's based on Israelite wisdom. Not only did the slaves do it here, you know what I'm saying? But then we can see the forerunner to vaccines when we go to Numbers chapter 21 and verse 5.
Right. Numbers chapter 21, verse 5. And the people spake against God and against Moses. Wherefore have he brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness?
So people start complaining, start getting real silly, right? Started murmuring against the Most High. Go ahead.
For there is no bread, neither is there any water, and our soul loatheth this light bread.
Means we got, you know, that's how we do. We got to complain about every damn thing because it didn't come from the oppressor. So it's not quite as good. Yeah, that's the way how we be thinking. After we're tearing up we are people that we'll sit and eat dinner over somebody's house and tear that dinner up and then complain about it after we get done with it, sitting there with a toothpick in our mouth.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? They macaroni and cheese with shit.
It's
you ate 2 plates of it, talking about that macaroni and cheese with shit. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 6, and the Lord sent fiery serpents. There you go. I always mess it up. Fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people.
Now, what made the serpents fiery? Anybody know? Anybody know? Because if you're thinking just out of natural mind, you think, oh man, the Lord said serpents of fire, like they was made out of fire. You know what I'm saying? That's not what it is. Anybody know? Right, that's one. But see, the venom in it burns you too, and it causes inflammation. You know what I'm saying? A lot of snake venoms burn. You know what I'm saying? It causes burn. That's where the redness and the swelling and all of that. And sometimes it turns purple and blue and all kind of stuff like that. You know, that's inflammation. You know, go ahead.
John. And much people of Israel died.
And much people died. What happened with the diseases and all of that, and COVID and all of that? Much people died, right? Go ahead.
John. Verse 7. Therefore, the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord and against thee. Pray unto the Lord that he take away the serpents from us. And Moses prayed for the people.
Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And the Lord said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent and set it upon a pole, and it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live.
Now, go ahead.
Ain't this the scripture that in the hospitals,
right?
That serpent.
Yeah,
I knew it.
That's the sign of healing.
Yeah, so I've been looking for that. Yeah,
that's the sign of healing. The snake is kind of a special animal. It's a real peculiar animal.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And it's the concept of vaccines actually come from the snake. What do they hit you with? They hit you with a needle, right?
Always.
And the needle hit on the syringe function as a snake's fangs do.
Right.
Because the snake bites you and the venom is injected in you, right? And they also take and make anti-venoms out of the same damn venom that can kill you.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You see the concept of the vaccine? What do they do with the diseases? They give you the disease, you know what I'm saying? Because it has a two-side effect, just like snake venom does. You know what I'm saying? Snake venom can heal the person that's been, the victim that's been bitten, through the anti-venom. They got to take the same venom to make that. And the person lives, and otherwise the person would have died. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the snake, you know, actually, just like fire, right? You use fire to live, but fire can also kill you too. You see what I'm saying? Fire can kill you, and it can cause you to live. Anybody name anything else that has that type of double effect to it? Go ahead.
Yeah, you say some of the side effects. Some of that stuff was actually taken out from the snake. Right. You're supposed to really put it in your body anyway. It's funny. So these two of my brothers picked out some medicine. He had a side effect with growing breasts.
From the talk about the anti-venom?
The medicine, yeah, he got some medicine.
Yeah, but the venom is not like food or anything. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you don't eat the venom. The venom is used as to cure, because you don't take no anti-venom unless you've been bit by a snake. Right. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, so just to expand or elaborate on what Sharab is saying, it's more of a medical thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now food can have medical properties, but in a sense that's more like health as far as nutrients and stuff like that.
Right.
But as far as this, it's more medical. Like vaccine is something that can help you.
Right. This is something, the anti-venom is to save your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have it, a lot of snakes bite you. You can die in 30 minutes. You got different snakes, you know what I'm saying? And you got to do something real fast. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to die.
Right.
Yeah. Certain snakes, we got snakes called the two-step. It takes 2 steps, your ass dead. They got snakes out there that don't play no damn games. And you got animals out there that can bite you, and it eats your flesh. It eats your muscle like a brown recluse spider. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A brown recluse bites you, you know what I'm saying? That damn thing is going, you know what I'm saying? It's going to start tearing you. It's going to start eating your flesh. So when you go to the doctor, they got to take and cut away the dead flesh like you'll have to do on some damn meat that's rotten somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They'll cut, you know what I'm saying, away the dead, the dead flesh, and it's going to leave a hole in you. It's going to leave a big dent wherever, you know what I'm saying? These people with the guy that got bit in his arm. They had to cut all of this off. They had to cut half of his forearm off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they had to take off his bicep. So he was just left pretty much with a tricep and half of a forearm. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't, it would have killed him. But the same thing with venom. You know, you got to take that anti-venom in order to neutralize the damn venom. You know, and so that you can live. You see what I'm saying? But the snake is not to be eaten. You see what I'm saying? You know, and also too, you can touch a snake because a snake is not dead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not unclean to touch a snake that's not, you know what I'm saying, that's not dead. The snake is alive.
Right.
You can touch it and still be clean. But if it's dead, you know what I'm saying, you're not supposed to, you know, mess with it or you'll be unclean.
Right.
Just like a hog. You go pet a damn pig, you're not unclean if you pet a live pig. You know what I'm saying? Probably be best to just wash your hands because you've been rolling in every damn thing, you know what I'm saying? But if he's dead, you cannot touch him. That venom, that anti-venom and all that stuff is alive. That's how the stuff works. You see what I'm saying? It's got these enzymes and everything, and it's alive. That's how it can fight the venom.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay. Go ahead. Any more on that?
Can I just give you 1 second? Select that. Verse 8. And the Lord said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent, and set it upon a pole, and it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live.
And that's the reason why, like we was talking about, the snake is a snake on the pole, and that's the sign of health in these medical, you know, institutions.
Come. Keep going.
Right.
Verse 9. And Moses made a serpent of brass, and put it upon a pole, and it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived.
Right. Okay. Now let's skip down to Revelations 20 and 4.
You said Revelations 20 and 4?
Right.
All right. Give me 1 second, man. Gotcha. All right. Revelations chapter 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of God, and which had not worshipped the beast.
Had not worshipped the beast, right? They didn't worship this kingdom right here. The ruling kingdom, they didn't worship it. Now remember the time of Nebuchadnezzar, when he said, when you hear the sack button, all the different instruments, to start to bow down and worship.
Right.
That was a forerunner to the beast here. That was ancient Babylon. This is the daughter of Babylon, right? And these men that it's talking about didn't worship the image of the beast. Go ahead. And what is the image of the beast today? The image of the white man is God.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Neither his image, neither had received his mark
Neither
upon.
had received his mark, right? Neither had received his mark. What is the mark that it's talking about? The mark of a murderer. When you're ready to put a gun in your hand and go and blow some Iraqi's, head off and everything to uphold America, the same damn empire that's oppressing your people.
Right.
You over there killing somebody over here, they dragging your uncle from a damn truck in some hick town, in Kentucky somewhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the people that did it are going to get off. You're going to go over there and be charged with war crimes. You know what I'm saying? Real thought. Go ahead.
All right. On their foreheads or in their hands, and they live it.
Foreheads. What's the difference between it being in the forehead and being in the hand? Anybody know?
Kind of know, but I want to see if anybody else.
In the hand will be the black police officer. You see what I'm saying? It'll be him. He's ready to, shoot the hell out of some brother and everything, right? He's teamed up with some white cop, and the white cop's beating the hell out of some brother, and he's sitting there protecting the white cop from the community. While the cop is just strangling the hell out of some brother.
Right.
He got the mark of the beast in his hand.
Con.
You know what I'm saying? He's ready to kill. Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I'm glad that you said that because Commander Junior Hunter last night on Black Watch, he had went over that that video footage of it was like 4 cops on 1 black man.
Right.
You had an Asian, you had like 2 white dudes, you had a black dude, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And the black dude was tearing that Jake up. Like he was punching the black dude in the face repeatedly.
Right.
And I was like, good night.
He has the mark of the beast.
There you go.
In his hand.
Yeah.
He's ready to take in his right hand.
Mm.
Why does it say? Why does it specifically say the right hand? Go ahead.
Because that's your dominant hand.
Right,
Okay.
right, and that's the hand. Just like Benjamin's name. Benjamin means son of my right.
Son of my right, yeah.
It's the hand of your strength.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Even if you left-handed. Go ahead.
I'll just answer my question, because even if you're not.
Yeah, even if you're left-handed, your right hand is still
Right.
the representation, because the majority of people on the earth are right-handed.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. That's very true.
It's symbolically your strength, even though you're left-handed.
Right.
Your right hand. That's why, even left hand and right hand in the school, everybody daps each other up with the right hand, regardless of which hand you are.
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So I heard a thing, like, I was told that you were supposed to be born right-handed, it's so that you're born.
But what it actually means is, far scientifically, we got more action and activity going on the left side of your brain than on your right side. So that makes, as far as your body, your left hand the most dominant, because most people have more activity on the right side of their brain, and some people are the opposite. They have more activity on the left side.
Yeah, that's
So
very true.
now they're left-handed.
John.
You see what I'm saying? But you have boxers out there that are actually southpaw. They fight left-handed, but they write with their right hand. You know what I'm saying? And you have some people that are equal, what they call level-handed.
Yeah, love
You know what I'm saying? Everything is centered with them. Like my grandmother, she was that way. She had a withered hand. You know what I'm saying? But she was that way. She could write with both hands. You know what I'm saying? She was level-handed. Whatever she could do with her right hand, she could do with her left. You know what I'm saying? So, take some more.
John. Neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Christ 1,000 years.
Right. The mark in the forehead, that has to do with a person that is over people that are actually doing that have the mark of the beast in their hand. The forehead is like a supervisor position. That's a high up supervisor position, like the top police chief. You see what I'm saying? The top police chief doesn't have to work the streets. He doesn't have to, but the men up under him, he can tell them when you encounter black men, you handle them this way. You know what I'm saying? When you encounter black men, you make sure you draw your weapon first. He's one and he believes in this system. He believes in it wholeheartedly. Not only that, but he knows the interworkings of it and everything, and he still decides to be right along with this system. And some of them even know that Christ is going to still rule, and they still side with this system. That's a forehead right there. You know what I'm saying? They still side, even though they know Christ is going to win in the end. They know exactly who they're fighting against. You know what I'm saying? They know which side they're on. You know what I'm saying? They know who they are. They know that they're on Satan's side. They know it. They know they have all of this knowledge. They have way more knowledge of what's going on than the Christian pastor. And they decide to choose the side of evil. They consciously decided, and they're in higher positions. You know what I'm saying? These are forehead people. These are your black leaders. You know what I'm saying? They know what's going on. Because once you hit a certain level in this society, it's like Freemasonry and all of that stuff. Freemasons, high-level Freemasons. These are dudes with it in their forehead. Right. You know what I'm saying? Your forehead is where your mind is at. Their mind is into this thing. They're supporting this whole machine. They're supporting. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And they're rewarded with leadership positions and all of that. They come out of the top universities. You know what I'm saying? They hate and destroy anything that has anything to do with Christ and the truth. They assault it. They go to attack it. Go ahead.
John. Verse 5. But the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished.
Okay, that's it on that. What I wanted to do was when it talks about the number of a man, I think we need what the scripture when it talks about the number of a man.
Shall be marked in their heads.
Right. The 6.
Yeah,
You
is
know what I'm
that
talking about?
Revelations or Ezekiel?
That is in Revelations. This number is the number of a man.
Okay, number, yeah. Let me see if I can find out. I got you.
Aaron is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right. It's like, let me see if this is it. Revelation chapter 13, verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding.
That's it.
Come. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
And when it talks about the number of a man, you gotta understand. Right. You gotta understand prophetic language. It's not talking about a particular man. You got people been. It's funny because the Christians been trying to find out who the hell the beast is and who the Antichrist is. They got a new Antichrist every damn 3-4 years.
Right.
And they're always some type of president or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It'd be an Arab or, you know what I'm saying? Anybody they see in prophecy, that's the Antichrist right there. Right. They said it was Barack Obama. They said it was Bush. They said it was, you know what I'm saying?
Ronald Reagan.
Right, Ronald Reagan.
Bill Clinton.
Yeah. Bill Clinton. Hell, they said him too. They said every damn president that's ever been. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this type of teaching been going on for a long time, ever since the 1800s. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The teaching about Antichrist been going on. You know, that doctrine started back in the early 1800s. So one man being the Antichrist. Right. That doctrine wasn't around before that. That's not a pre-American doctrine at all. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But they don't care. Everybody was accused. Some Saudi over there was accused of that's the Antichrist, right? Mm-hmm. But so when the Revelation says a man, it's talking about a family, a bloodline of people. You know what I'm saying? They have other offshoot bloodlines, right? But they're all related. And the lineage all lead back to one man, and that man is Esau.
Time.
These are real powerful families, and the number is what?
Time. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
In numerology, the number 6 has to do with carnality.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The mindset is an enmity with the Most High. It has to do with that.
Right.
And there's like 666 ruling families that are all the lineage lead back to one man. That's why it says the number of a man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When it says a man, it's talking about a family. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like us in here, all of us in here, where except for Ilani, I think all of us bloodline lead back to a man, and that man's name is Judah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ilani used to go link back to Benjamin.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's why we're called, Judah and Benjamin after our fathers. So now when it talks about the number of a man, now we can start to understand prophetic language. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Most stuff in there is not literal. Just like when we talk about the red dragon, it's not a big red dragon that's going to fly around, you know what I'm saying, doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. No, that's not happening. That red dragon is the same man that is talking about with the number of the beast. It's the same man, but it's him growing to full power now. You know what I'm saying? And he's red because they are the red people on the earth. And they're a dragon because now they can fly around and breathe fire down on everybody like the mythical dragons are able to do. You see what I'm saying? And at the same time, they have more ability to do that than anyone else. With that being said, we're at the ISBK coming out of 1 West on 25th Street, Harlem, New York. Pay your tithes, support this truth. Support the men that are fighting for you. We have an event coming up. It's going to be October the 15th to the 17th. it's going to be an expungement program to where people can come and get the record expunged. If they're not able to get the record expunged right there, we will give them the information that it takes to get their records expunged on their own. And with that being said, I got it.
I'll just switch it on.
Okay. Okay. We'll pass the class over to Priest and Officer Maccabi.
Security announcements. We are the ISUPK. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Group for new brothers and sisters. And also, make sure everybody at a margin, which means to rise or stand or select and stand. Group for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's also another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10 means 10th in Hebrew. Ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives to the church department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we are about, about 2 weeks away. So, Shema, all right? So we are about 2 weeks away from the memorial blowing of the trumpets, which is September 6th, all right? So we are going to get everybody ready for that. So if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf, all right? With that being said, and also too, in October, we also got an event that the brother spoke about, which is the expungement, all right? The Minnesota expungement, okay? So with that being said, I need everybody to face the east, and we all want to get into the prayers, all right?
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, Abanah, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakaka, Taba'ah, Razaka, Hayam, Ashah, Baharataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Tananau, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalak now, Kabuwaki now, Kasalak now, Kabuwaki now, Mala'ah, Nabayah now, Manasai one, Abba, Awashai now, Smayan, Rai, Shaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wa'ala, Wadapar, Nawalayim, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Prayer to bless Israel, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Barak Lanah, Wa'ashra'ah, Wa'abiyah, Party, Barak, Gun. Say the name of loved ones once. Everyone repeats the name of the name once. ISBK Minnesota. ISBK Kentucky. ISBK Chicago, ISBK Tennessee, all the people in the flood of Tennessee, all destroyed Israel, House of Rock, Irma Johnson,
Joel Washington,
Joel Washington,
Kenneth Johnson,
Kenneth Johnson,
Monique Johnson,
Monique Johnson,
Monet Riley,
Monet Roberts, ISBK Minnesota,
all of Israel,
all of Israel,
all of Israel,
all destroyed Israel. Anybody else?
Israel Davis.
Desiree Davis,
All the days.
all the Davis. By Shimmy Shai, the water a month. In the English, Lord, in the name of Yahushua, bless us in Israel, in the school, bless, heal, shield, protect the loved ones. In the name of Yahushua, thank you. So be it. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, this is what's now, right now. Say evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, teachers, princes, priests, the Israelite brothers in the school. Say evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Post their riches into thy sanctuary. Say evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and the drug dealers, court system, prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Pascomatazzi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels, and the radio channels, the biggest spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen. Stand in the way and try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. But loose all the plagues and cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. May Yahushua, Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucer and punish all the heathen that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all as the angels have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, through the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, Yahweh. So be it. Saw, turn, of Israel, Mad Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakatah, Yasmatah, courtesy salute to the sister, in Israel, Mad Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Shema Atah Ba'Shem Yahushua.
Shalom, and Shalom,
Yasmatah, class dismissed.